Hello twin flames, welcome to my channel. Whether you're new or you're coming back, thank you for being here, and let's jump right into the reading. This is going to be a classic divine feminine, divine masculine check-in. I will answer one additional question on what's going on in the journey, what is happening with the energies right now, and then we'll get how the feminines and the masculines see the connection at this time. What are they thinking about it? All right, so before I start with tarot, you know I like to pull a good old oracle card, and today I thought we can use a word of guidance. So I brought my angel therapy deck. So let's see what we have for divine feminines watching first of all. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate all your reactions and comments as well. By the way, if you're interested in personal reading, I provide those services. You can order them on my website, mindfulbamboo.com, or by sending me an email. The information is, some of it is in the description box, but there's also the about section. And of course, on my website, you have a plethora of different ways to reach out and find me. And if you just wanted to share your appreciation, I do have ways that you can donate, and also there is an Amazon wish list, and you can do a contribution, say thank you in that way. I appreciate you all, guys. All right, now that I'm saying it, let's see what we have for the feminines. The throat chakra. Oh, I can relate to that. I've been struggling with the throat the last couple of days. The angels are helping you lovingly speak your truth, right? So, I mean, of course, context matters here, and use your discernment always in terms of speaking or non-speaking. But just to add another little piece of context here, we do have Mercury retrograde starting on Monday. So I would highly recommend, if you have any important conversations that you need to have, either personally or professionally, have them as much as possible this week. We're kind of in the shadow of that energy already, but this is still a better time than the next 3 weeks. So 3 weeks in April, first 3 weeks, are gonna be pretty rocky communication wise, and then, but on the other hand, you'll be able to exercise your skills of lovingly speaking the truth, lovingly being the key word there. Okay, for the masculines, cut your cords. Ask Archangel Michael to clear any old attachment to fear that stem from past relationships, freeing you from destructive patterns. Very interesting. So some karmic ties are being cut. So, and if that's something that where you feel you need more support, masculines, that you can call on Archangel Michael to clear all attachments to fear. It doesn't have to be a person. A lot of us think about a person when you talk cutting cords and attachments, but it can be a bad habit, it can be an addiction, it can be a job, of course, like anything really. See what we have. Whoa, the Hangman just kind of jumping out. We'll take it. Why not? It's a fun hand. I think it's called the Hangman Man actually in this deck. Justice at the bottom of the deck. Yes. Things are coming to close as we're approaching the new age starting next, well, not next week, 2 weeks from now, essentially, 10 days from now. And yeah, it's a very interesting time. You know, the credit and debit score kind of realigning. Everyone gets paid what they deserve, and that of course means so much. It's still, again, sounds like a punishment. A lot of times when we say karma, people understand it with negative connotation, like, you know, karma is upon you, but it's not really the case, because mind that if there is a disbalance of the energy in the negative direction, there is a disbalance in the positive direction, i.e. someone didn't get the energy, the respect, the attitude that they deserved, that they were due, right? And that can come around as well as this karmic rebalancing. So Speaking of which, judgment. Justice and judgment, seriously. If somebody didn't really believe we live in special times, there you go. So feminines, we've got the Hanging Man, clarified by Nine of Cups, right? This is the universe asking you once again, reconsider, rethink, review. What is your nearest dream? How you see it? How you're moving towards it? Are you still on track with it? Is it still the same? Or do you want to change your answer? Right? So the universe is basically saying, take a close look, maybe from a different perspective, at least from the energy you're in right now. So don't follow it just because it's written down somewhere in your journal, or because you already made a commitment to someone else, right? Make sure that this is really you. This is deep down. You see, like this, I like this gold around her heart space. This is really what your heart wants. This is what your heart is singing you about. For the masculines, we have Page of Swords clarified by Four of Wands. So masculines are really considering, like, it's kind of, I know it sounds weird, but to me, it's a similar new perspective energy. But it's the thought here that counts, right? Like, again, we're not saying that they're gonna jump on it tomorrow. Although for some people it can be, like for feminines watching, you could be getting a text message, a little something, a nudge, an emoji, maybe even from your masculine, just letting you know they're thinking of you, checking in, making sure you're doing well, you know, depending on where you are on your journey. But more importantly, they are rethinking it, right? Like they are starting almost from scratch. And we spoke a lot about, first of all, the transformation that masculines have been on, and secondly, the old patterns that they've been releasing. And we just had that full moon, that lunar eclipse that helped kind of wash it away. And now they are literally looking at it from a new perspective with this Page of Swords energy, and considering, like, from this new place, what is the connection about? What does it mean to them? And they kind of already know that it's the source of happiness and joy for them. But this is like, how do this is the thinking, right? The swords. How do I bring it about that it is that way, really? And I don't mess it up, and nothing stands in the way, like, and nothing is misunderstood because they've been there, they've seen it. How can easily words and actions and signs could be misunderstood and can quickly go to hell. Additional question, the Three of Wands clarified by Six of Cups. Right, so this is us connecting our intentions in the present with our inner child wants and needs from the past, from the childhood, right? Like, how do we bridge that? How do we make sure that we acknowledge and take care of our inner child needs in the current moment? Ace of Cups clarified by Page of Swords, pretty straightforward, right? Exercising self-love and learning more about what it is for yourself, right? Like learning about your inner child, spending time with them, going within, listening in. And of course, there are things that are basic that are necessary for any and all children, you know, like love, attention, care, all of those things, like showing value and worth to that child. But there are also, of course, things that children wanted to do and never did, or specific sources of trauma that could be also soothed and handled and nurtured right now, right? So for some of you, I mean, it's a sign to go and study certain topics. So depending on what it is, I don't know, maybe as a child, let's just say, your mom and dad got a divorce and your mom remarried and you actually grew up with your stepfather, and there was a dynamic there. So you may want to check it out. It's like, and maybe you never saw your father again, something like that, right? Like specific scenarios and how they impacted you, but the major ones. And for children, it's either connected with family members or with peers and how they interacted with other kids. Like 90%, 95% of cases, it's that. Did they have friends? Were they bullied? You know, things like that. Sometimes health as well. Injuries and illnesses could be another source of distress, anxiety coming from childhood into adult life. So something else to study, to learn more about, so you can understand more about the needs of your inner child. For masculines, we have Page of Coins. Look at all these pages. I love it, the newness of it. Clarified by King of Swords. So this is now combining the knowledge that you have as an adult and the kindness and innocence that you had as a child. Think about it for a moment. How can you communicate? Sorry guys, I need to do this. How can you communicate and take action in this present moment with the knowledge and experience that you have as an adult up till now, but also with kindness and innocence of a child? And I'm not saying be childish, juvenile, whatever. I'm saying keep that childlike fun in the process, right? And don't judge people as much. That's the main difference between children, especially young children, and adults. They don't judge. They don't have those prejudices. They don't have that trauma that already is trying to protect them, shield them, and mask them away from the world, you know? So showing true authentic self, that's essentially what it is. What is the feminine thinking about the connection right now? We have the Tower clarified by Six of Pentacles. I'm hearing that this is a big revelation in terms of the reciprocity and give and take, the love, of course. And again, it comes back to the feminines themselves. We just saw that Ace of Cups, and this is another confirmation, because the Tower moment is that you're supposed to have that healthy dynamic with yourself first. And that will mean so many things, starting with like generally taking care of yourself, health and wellness, work-life balance, right? And ending with, like, if you want your person to spoil you, for example, do you spoil yourself? You want them to spend a lot of time with you. Do you give yourself quality time where you can like, give yourself that joy and love and do something that you just enjoy? That's not like, oh yeah, practical and useful. Every moment needs to be that. No, do you have time when you do something impractical that is just for fun or for your joy? How are the masculine seeing the connection? Wow, Six of Cups and the Sun. I'm just amazed with all these cards that we're getting in this position for the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 months, I would say, at least, for a long time. But I love that, again, it's bringing us back to the inner child. And look at this inner child. There is happiness there. It's not 100%. To me, this card is always a little bit of a kind of a transition from a place of darkness to the place of like sunshine and happiness. But again, sunshine and happiness goes into the card of sunshine and happiness. So, you know, they're almost there. Like, you can see the card, like, they can see the sun clearly. There are still some clouds over them, over their, you know, mental capacity, over their ability to express the joy and happiness that this connection is giving them. This is what they see it like, you know, it goes right to their core and makes their inner child happy, just like that. But they're still going into, like, they still transition into the phase where they can openly express it with their actions and words. But that's the biggest guidance for them, and that's also their source of healing their inner child. I can talk about that for hours, but I'm not gonna, because I want this to be a short reading. So we're gonna end it here. I love you all, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon. Love you guys.